Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Mad as a Goat. Today, for no apparent reason, I'm going to go into great detail on why some people just completely go, fuck electronica, it takes no skill. I don't agree with this entirely, but I completely see where these people are coming from. Because some of the electronica that is made, let's face it, is just nerds on computers. Nerds do cool shit on computers. They make great movies, they can make interesting little mini-series like Nostalgia Critic or Todd in the Shadows, and all these people doing great, interesting, creative things, sometimes taking something and making something completely new. I can appreciate that. But some nerds just get a simple program and just start making sounds with it. And that's kinda lame. Now, I am a person who does this. I will admit it. I'm not saying I'm a musician in that respect. I'm not an electronica artist. I just find it convenient to use a computer to make hip-hop beats. That's it. I'm not calling myself the next dance generation. I'm not calling myself a prophet or trying to be so up my own ass that, I deserve respect and whatnot. It's just a computer that I've programmed to make noises in sequence. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So I can understand why people really hate Skrillex. Because as far as I can tell, as far as I've actually looked at his stuff and watched interviews about him, all he really does is make it on the computer and then just move it around with the tables and faders and whatnot. It's fucking shit. You got a bunch of fucking loops and just fucked around with them and made a song. Boring! I can completely understand why people hate dubstep, especially the breakdowns. Because I don't mind dubstep when it's got that interesting little beat going on, you got the synths coming over the top, maybe a little bit of vocal, and then it just shits in your ear. That's how I hear it. Even the cliche sound that it usually starts with sounds like a diarrhea of shit directly into my ears. That's a diarrhea of shit. Insert glitchy drum bits. Again, glitch music, doing that on your computer, I can understand why you have brought so much discredit onto your genre. These people can't say they do it for the love of music. You do it because it sounds cool and idiots will get into it. I admit, some of the shit in dubstep and this untalented bullshit music sounds cool. I'd use it as background sounds in a film if I was making one, or maybe for a skate video or something. It works. But as music to listen to, as something to credit as music, no. I'd say call that a product. It's a music industry, it's one of the products, most definitely. It's a product to sell and move fucking merchandise and whatnot. But that's not to discredit the whole electronica genre, because there's a lot of electronica bands out there that are basically obscure because the top 10 Billboard charts is a load of dog shit. Anyway, that are doing great things. They're using synthesizers, they've got drummers in them and stuff like that. They're using instruments and making music that most retards make on a computer and think they're cool doing so. These people do it for real. These are amazing electronica artists. A band like A1, they kick fucking neck. I mean, you could call that electronica, but it sounds so fucking good. I mean, there's a lot of good electronica out there. I mean, think of even the DJ. Some people would say, disc jockeys are just fucking douchebags, scratching it up and what the fuck's going on there. But think of what they're doing, okay? You have a couple of records with finite amount of data, finite amount of music that you can sample. You're going to take little sections from each, mix it all together and make something completely different. Takes a bit of skill. The MC, you could say the same, rapping those rhymes out. You got to have something to say and people are going to care about what you're saying. Takes skill. But guys with computers mixing loops around, it's just fucking lame. You totally kill electronica for so many people who would possibly find other electronica or subgenres of electronica and dance music, and they might not listen to battles because that's kind of tied in with that whole thing. I don't want to hear that, but it's fucking good. And these people miss out because you put out this shit and it just ruins it for everyone. And this is right across the board. I just chose electronica because it's the one that gets talked about the most, the one that people detest the most, the most popular example of hatred. But other fucking genres get this as well. Every genre is susceptible to one small part fucking it up. And where do you find these little areas of shit? In the Billboard charts. A lot of people base modern culture off the Billboard charts. They hear a Miley Cyrus song, they see a little bit of TMZ and they put it together and say, this new age is shit. This generation is dog shit. Yeah, but you're forgetting all the advancements in, sciences and technology and whatnot. It's stupid. It's not a shit age. It has shit people in it, but that's because you're kind of focusing on this finite area. It's something that we all do, something that you don't really try to do it. It just kind of happens to you. You just kind of start finding the shit and just focusing on the shit and ruling everything else out. This is the shit that represents all of this. All of this is represented by the shit in the middle, so I discredit the whole lot. Very stupid thing to do, even when it comes to music, because it becomes a behavior that you do with other things. You might stop hanging out with certain people because you don't like those type of people, those loud people, those quiet people, or whatever the case may be, and you just make a massive gap of people that you could potentially really like and get fulfillment from just because of your shit in the middle. So we're all got to stop being so negative and being so bitchy and start looking at things more broad. And I brought this rant around simply by starting with something as silly as the arguments against electronica. And now I'm making you think. And you're thinking to yourself, is he just an idiot with a camera? Probably. But anyway, that was Mad as a Goat. I really sincerely hope you enjoyed this episode. Really. I hope you goddamn enjoyed this. I hope you're sitting on your chair with such fulfillment, with a smile on your face, and you're just like, what more could I need in life? And then you look out the window and you see a plastic bag floating through the wind. And you're just like, whoa, that's a moment. That just happened. And I'm glad I could set that up for you. So thanks for watching another episode of Mad as a Goat. I'm also glad the sign didn't fall down because it has a habit of doing that. But it did now, but it didn't. And that was good. But I kind of ruined that ending.